So, Richard, do you feel like you were part of a conspiracy to obstruct justice from your involvement in the Watergate scandal?
Now, I did not have a corrupt motive. My motive was pure political containment, and political containment is not a corrupt motive.
How involved were you in this scandal, and what was your motives?
My motive was, in everything I was saying, or certainly thinking at the time, was not to try to cover up a criminal action, but to be sure that as far as any slip over, or should I say slop over, I think would be a better word, any slop over in a way that would damage innocent people or blow it into political proportions, it was that I certainly wanted to avoid.
So you were unsuccessful in covering up for the burglars. You attempted to pardon them. Isn't that an obstruction of justice, Nixon?
No. Now, let's use the word cover up, though, in the sense that it should be used, and my motive was not criminal. I didn't believe that we were covering any criminal activities.
You were trying to benefit yourself through illegal activity. Is that not corruption, Richard?
I did not, in the first place, commit the crime of obstruction of justice, because I did not have the motive required for the commission of that crime.
We've had our
the
discussion
lawyers
on that,
can
and
argue
we
that
disagree
out.
on that. But
I did not commit, in my view, an impeachable offense. Now, the House has ruled overwhelmingly that I did. Of course, that was only an indictment, and it would have to be tried in the Senate. I might have won, I might have lost. But even if I had won in the Senate by a vote or two, I would have been crippled. And in any event, for 6 months, the country couldn't afford having the president in the dock in the United States Senate. And there can never be an impeachment in the future in this country without a president voluntarily impeaching himself. I have impeached myself.
Do you feel guilty of any impeachable offenses, or do you feel remorse for any of the events that occurred during the scandal or your presidency?
I let down the country. I let down our system of government and the dreams of all those young people that ought to get into government but will think it's all too corrupt and the rest. I let down an opportunity that I would have had for 2.5 more years to proceed on great projects and programs for building a lasting peace, which has been my dream, as you know, from our first interview in 1968. I let the American people down, and I have to carry that burden with me for the rest of my life.